The supply and demand are in balance right now, but after the halving in April, the supply gets cut in half, and after the set of spot ETFs come online, the demand's got to at least double. So the only thing that's going to adjust there is the price in order to get the market to clear. And so I think you watch the spot ETFs and you watch for the halving, and the next 12 months are pretty auspicious for the asset class.
Bitcoin's recent rally to a yearly high of more than $37,000 has pushed MicroStrategy's multi-billion-dollar bet on the flagship digital asset into a hopping profit of more than $1 billion. The premier cryptocurrency climbed to nearly $38,000 on Thursday, marking its highest point since May 2022. At the time, the crypto market witnessed a significant downturn, hitting a low of approximately $16,500 due to the collapse of Terra's algorithmic UST stablecoin and the subsequent fallout that affected various crypto firms, including FTX and Celsius. However, Bitcoin has made a remarkable recovery this year, posting a year-to-date gain over 100%, largely fueled by growing optimism surrounding the potential approval of a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF. This price surge has translated into substantial gains for MicroStrategy, with their investment now showing a paper profit of $1.2 billion as of November 9, according to data from Bitcoin Treasury. MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor now talks about this great feat of Bitcoin and how it will translate to an even greater propeller for what is to come. Let us now get into the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and drop your comments below.
You know, most corporations are being torn apart by these twin forces of inflation from the government and then technology-driven deflation. So if you're a Main Street company, you're forced to fight for your survival with one hand tied behind your back. If you're going to keep up with the Magnificent Seven, you're going to have to grow your revenues and cash flows 20% a year or faster ad infinitum. You know, so there's 7 companies that generate all the shareholder returns. There's 7,000 companies can't keep up. What we did in August of 2020 was recognize that there's no way we're going to outgrow Google and Microsoft and Apple Computer as a mid-sized software company. So we started looking to do an acquisition of a high-growth digital monopoly of our own. And we realized that Bitcoin is like a high-tech dominant digital network growing at 40 or 50% a year. And so we bought it. It's kept growing 40 or 50% a year, and now we're using our balance sheet to grow the company as well as our P&L. You know, we're the first BEI company to incorporate artificial intelligence into our product, and so we're feeding it to our customers. They love it. It allows them to build applications faster, and it gives them answers faster. And AI is both making our product better, but it's also accelerating a conversion from on-premises to the cloud. So we see it as a great growth driver for the business. Yeah, what I'm saying is, you know, decapitalizing the company by giving the capital back in a buyback or dividending it out and paying the tax on the dividend, or engaging in dilutive acquisitions or pursuing breakneck growth initiatives that may or may not work. All of these things are part of the conventional corporate finance playbook, but they don't work. 99% of the companies are failing using that, and they do it because if they just hold their capital in government securities, they generate 3% after tax, and the cost of capital is 12 to 15%. So Bitcoin is the solution because you can buy Bitcoin, ride a 20 to 40% tax-deferred appreciation. You can beat the cost of capital. And pretty soon you're firing on all cylinders because your balance sheet is generating investor returns as well as your P&L.
Following the bullish atmosphere surrounding Bitcoin, many of the Bitcoin maxis took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to express their bullishness. CZ, CEO of Binance, tweeted, #Bitcoin was $15,588 a year ago today. You are so lucky if you bought or held. Natalie Brunel also tweeted, everyone in #Bitcoin. I should have bought more. Robert Breedlove, host of What Is Money show, also posted on the Social app. #Bitcoin is the only way to unplug yourself from the matrix. And so many others. Cathie Wood, CEO of Ark Invest, also shares her view on the ongoing Bitcoin bullishness. Let us now get into the video.
We have been in effectively a bull market with higher lows since its inception. And here we are again, we're on the way up. I think what happened this year is quite significant. It happened that the Bitcoin moved up during a risk-off, a very important risk-off moment, the regional bank crisis in March. It went from 19,000. This is a long-term chart, so what I'm telling you is an intraday. It hit a low during that regional bank crisis at 19,000 and shot up to 30,000. Why was that? Flight to quality, as Larry Fink would say. Flight to quality, as we would say. Flight to safety, as we would say. Because there is no counterparty risk here in this decentralized, transparent monetary system, unlike what happened to the fiat monetary system in 08-09. And I think more people are beginning to understand that this is not just a risk-on asset. When the markets are feeling really good, Bitcoin tends to do very well. But can you believe it's also a risk-off vehicle? And more investors, including institutions, are beginning to understand this.
Bitcoin price soared almost 8%, sprinting past the $36,000 and $37,000 psychological levels to record an intraday high above $38,400. This was in favor of longs, as more than $1.56 million in short positions were liquidated. However, the elation was only momentary before the market's crash, with the king of crypto spiraling almost 5% lower. The long squeeze liquidated up to $17 million worth of long positions, with approximately $1 billion in open interest wiped out in only hours. For the layperson, a short squeeze is an unusual condition that triggers a rapid rise in the price of an asset. It occurs when the asset has many short sellers, meaning lots of investors are betting on its price falling. The short squeeze begins when the price jumps higher unexpectedly and gains momentum as a huge number of the short sellers decide to cut losses and exit their positions. The hard pump comes as Bitcoin speculators continue to get ahead of spot Bitcoin ETF approvals following a recent proclamation by a specialist with Bloomberg Intelligence. James Seifert said, a brief window opens tomorrow for SEC to potentially approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETF applicants, including Grayscale GBTC. It will be open for at least 8 days. Interestingly, it comes near the anniversary of FTX's demise. The now-defunct cryptocurrency exchange filed for bankruptcy around this time last year. In other news, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has opened talks with Grayscale Investments on the details of the company's application to convert its trust product GBTC to a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded product, ETF, according to a person familiar with the back and forth, which could have momentous implications for the crypto industry. An SEC approval of one or more ETF applications is keenly awaited by the sector, which sees that moment as a milestone that could ease everyday investors' path into digital assets. What do you think would be the price of Bitcoin by the end of the year? Let us know your predictions in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.